Hello everyone, it is me. I am back. And today, you can tell that it is nighttime, and I was bored, and I wanted to have an existential crisis, like I always do in the middle of the night. So I decided to watch this video called 10 Apocalypses That We Survived as in Human Species. I am really interested about the human existence, so this has prompted me to make this video where we are going to react to the apocalypses that we had survived. So let's get right into it.
Darren Bailey runs a school and they use
I
curriculum.
really don't care about that. I really don't care about this guy. So we're going to mute him. Hopefully you can still hear me. I don't know really how this works. But we're just gonna ignore that and get into the video that I am promised you. I'm really curious about what this has in store. Never watched this video before, so this is interesting to find out. Oh, this is an interesting intro here. World War One.
10 apocalypses that we survived.
Oh,
Number
British.
10, the Black Death.
Of course.
The
Should have
Black
seen
Death
that coming.
is probably the most famous plague ever to hit humanity, but most people don't realize it's taken a huge chunk out of the world's population on more than one occasion. Yersinia pestis, the bacterium responsible for the bubonic plague, had its first breakout appearance in 541 CE. Known as the Plague of Justinian, the disease swept through the Byzantine Empire, killing 5,000 people a day for over a year. Eventually, around
5,000 people a day. Holy shit. I know that is crazy to fathom, but I mean, of course, at the time, sterilizing and sanitary conditions were not as good as now, but 5,000 a day.
Around 50 million people died, 25% of the world's population at the time. Then in 1346, the plague re-emerged as the Black Death. Giant swelling.
So there were two motions. I did not know. I did not know that. Oh, that is horrific. Oh, God. Okay, 25% of the population. Mental.
Oh, and they died. Anywhere from 75 million to 200 million people were killed by the Black Death. But I guess no one was massively worried about keeping exact records when all their friends were busy vomiting up blood. Roughly 60% of Europe's population disappeared, and the world population didn't reach levels until 250 years later. There was even a third plague outbreak in China in 1855, taking another 10 million people out. Yet humanity survived all of it. Or at least we have so far. Technically, the plague still exists.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I knew the plague still existed, but oh my god, I did not know, I knew that it was a severe thing, but I didn't know there was that 60% of the population. It's crazy. That just makes you realize how fragile we are.
Nowadays, it only has to dip below room temperature to send most of us reaching for a snuggie. So it's pretty incredible that humans managed to survive through the Ice Age. Yet that's exactly what scientists now know.
How did we do that?
According to research from a journal so scientific and sciencey, they called it science. The paper dates recently discovered human fossils as 37,000 years old, meaning mankind managed to tough its way through the Ice Age, which is pretty impressive considering that the Ice Age was basically 30,000 years of Mother Nature trying to freeze us off the Earth.
30,000?
With temperatures dipping around the world and plants dying, life suddenly became much harder. Every subspecies of human except Homo sapiens, that's us, and Neanderthals, a dumber version of us, died out. Some scientists think that we only made it through the freezing era because a few hundred of us happened to find a small warm region 200 odd miles east of modern-day Cape Town. Those lucky few are thought to be the only humans who survived the Ice Age. Yet ice literally whittled our entire species down to a few hundred people. Fortunately, our ancestors just about managed to survive sitting through the Ice Age. Although to this day, there is no proof that any human has ever survived sitting all the way through Ice Age 2 to 5. Number 8.
Okay, that's funny. That's funny. They put a joke in there, but oh my fucking god. So literally, our population during that time was dwindled to like about couple hundred people. That is mental. I know that I'm about to say something extremely horrible, but we know now that incest and everything is absolutely. I probably shouldn't even say that on the internet. I mean, the I word basically is very prohibited. But thanks to that, we somehow managed to survive because technically there would be some kind of unwanted, possibly connections there within these people that just basically prompted our survival. Oh, it blows my mind.
8. 2012 solar flare. In 1859, the Earth was struck with a massive
Solar
solar
flare.
storm. While everyone was messing about doing Victorian-y things like trying on corsets and growing amazing mustaches,
Yes.
a bizarre white light appeared over Australia. Although two
Why is it
astronomers,
always Australia,
Atkinson
man?
and Richard Hodgson, spotted the event, there was no effect to society
Australia,
as a whole.
man, always
But
has
that
something
wouldn't have
going.
been the case had it happened today. You see, the solar flare that struck the Earth would have interfered with our modern power grid, crippling it and forcing us to live without power.
Are you
That
serious?
means no artificial light, no internet for information, no communication more advanced than shouting, and worst of all, no more selfies. The scary thing is this almost happened in 2012. In that year, there was a massive solar storm that just missed the Earth. And I mean just. If the storm had started 6 minutes earlier, our planet would have been hit. And according to NASA, we'd still be picking up the pieces.
How?
Number 7. Tunguska event.
How?
Trying to kill us with solar flares, space has a simpler, if less elegant solution: chucking giant rocks at us. We all know a meteorite wiped out the
Knew
dinosaurs,
that one was
but the
coming.
event that turned the T-Rex from King Lizard to Smithsonian exhibit was far from a one-off. In 1908, a meteorite rocketed into our atmosphere and started plummeting to the ground. It landed at Tunguska in the middle of Siberia, which is just another way of saying the middle of nowhere. It's lucky the meteorite landed where it did. The impact was 1,000 times more powerful than an A-bomb, and 80 million trees were uprooted by the blast. People hundreds of kilometers away claim to have heard the explosion, and there are reports of windows breaking in nearby towns.
How?
Considering the damage one A-bomb did to Hiroshima or Nagasaki, something with 1,000
I have
times the power
chills.
would have wiped out even the largest
I have
city.
fucking
Had the
chills.
meteorite path differed slightly, the comet could have hit
What?
Moscow, turning the city to dust.
Oh,
and
I mean,
dramatically
you know what?
changing the
With
course
current
of
events, sad it
Number
didn't.
6. Population collapse.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to any Russian people out there. I don't mean.
The brink of extinction, and the scariest thing, we don't even know how it happened. Scientists researching Neolithic Man have found that our population suddenly and mysteriously bottlenecked. In other words, the number of humans plummeted, something to as low as 18,000. That's low enough to make human beings an endangered species. There are a number of theories as to how this happened, but the two most prominent theories are these. Either A, we suffered from some mass extinction event like a giant earthquake or a volcanic eruption, or B, we became overpopulated in one region and killed off our food supply there. Whatever happened, it was enough to have a long-term
That
impact
wouldn't
on
be
the
surprising.
population. Fossil evidence suggests that the number of humans stayed around 18,000 for tens of thousands of years. With a head count so low, humans were extremely vulnerable, and another cataclysmic event could easily put an end to our species permanently. Number 5. Shanxi Earthquake. If you woke
I
up to
am
find
speechless
60% of China
because I'm
died,
just.
it'd probably feel
I
something like an
literally have
apocalypse,
chills going
especially
down
with
my
all those
spine
people
right
who've
now.
just been
It's
wiped
in.
out by a single
It doesn't
event. Well, that happened once.
sit well with me.
1556, Shanxi province in
Watch this. I can show you how to get this.
That is incredible. It does not sit well with me. I'm amazed. Genuinely amazed.
province in northern China was hit with an earthquake so powerful it reached 7.9 on the Richter scale. For the non-earthquake
7.9.
experts among you, that's 10 times as powerful as the earthquake that devastated Haiti in 2010. The impact of this China-shaking event was massive. 830,000 people died. That may not sound like a lot compared
That's
with
like
the
a
Black Death of
million
the Ice Age,
people from
but
an
actually
earthquake.
It was a whopping 60% of the population of central China. That's the equivalent of an earthquake killing 780 million people nowadays. The cost of the damage is impossible to measure, but it almost caused the Chinese government and economy to collapse. A similar collapse today would bring the
Mother
world economy
Nature
to
is
its knees.
crazy
Modern
with the
chaos
things it can do.
around the world. Number 4. Permian Triassic Extinction. By now, you've probably got the idea that mankind has survived some pretty intense things.
What the hell?
Diseases, natural disasters, and giant rocks from space. Yet we've clung on and outlived it all. But humans almost didn't get the chance to be plucky little survivors. In fact, we were almost wiped out long before we even existed. Way back in 250 million BCE, when we were still handsome little rat things, there was a mass extinction event that almost ended life on Earth.
What am I
Though
witnessing?
there's disagreement as to what exactly happened, many experts agree that the formation of the massive continent Pangaea blocked the
I love
oceans around
Pangaea.
it
We
from
stand
flowing properly.
Pangaea in this
This led
household.
to the water becoming stagnated and deadly. Bad news if you're a little rat thing. The stagnant water poisoned almost everything in it,
That is so
killing
sad.
96% of all marine life. But it didn't stop there.
90.
Not having a reliable source of clean water also proved fatal to 70% of land-based species. The Permian Triassic extinction was so devastating to the Earth that NASA refers to it as the Great Dying. Fortunately, our
The Great
ancestors
Dying,
managed to struggle through.
makes sense.
And now
Very
you get to sit here
creative.
watching YouTube videos.
The Great
Number
Dying.
3, Spanish flu.
Oh,
We've
yes.
already seen
The
what the bubonic
Spanish
plague
flu.
could do when let loose on medieval Europe. But in those days, the most advanced medical science got was saying, just throw some leeches at it and try not to upset
Literally,
it.
people still do
For a
this.
plague to be as deadly in the 20th century, when we had a decent grounding in disease prevention, seems almost impossible. Yet that's exactly what Spanish flu achieved. In 1918,
I mean, we have COVID
Spanish flu
now.
spread rapidly
COVID
around
doesn't
the world,
compare, but still.
infecting 250 million people. The disease turned having a strong immune system into a deadly weakness, causing bodies to overreact to the pathogen by sending
That is
countless T cells
so
to the infected
nasty,
area.
and it's
These
so
cells were often
sad.
in such high concentrations that they blocked the air.
So basically, you couldn't do much. You know, you had a strong immune system, it wouldn't help you. You had a weak immune system, it wouldn't help you. What are you to do? Just die?
Airways to the lungs, causing people to drown in their own fluids. Basically, the disease tricked your body into doing the equivalent of trying to remove facial acne with a shotgun. The disease disappeared by the end of the year,
What?
probably mutating into a less deadly strain of flu. But in the short time, it had killed 50 million people.
50
a re-emergence
million.
of the Spanish flu remains Bill Gates' biggest fear for the future. In fact, he rates the odds of it happening within his lifetime as 50-50.
Maybe we have the Spanish flu that disguised as COVID back.
You don't need us to tell you that
World War II. Love that topic. I have a bunch of World War II stuff over there.
Add in the victims of the Holocaust, and that brings the total to
Rest in peace to everyone who lost their lives into the Holocaust. God, it is so horrible.
We now know that Hitler had his Nazi scientists working
Screw
around
Hitler,
the clock
man.
to develop a nuclear weapon. From 1939
Yeah, we
onwards,
should have
the German
expected
nuclear
that.
program grew even closer to successfully splitting the atom. Some even claimed that they were on the verge of completing an atomic bomb, and that he already had.
We would have been so screwed, man. We would have been. The world would have been freaking screwed.
Never quite able to rain nuclear hell down on us, was
What?
in large part due to their own bigotry. All the prominent Jewish physicists in the country had been killed off or fired, leaving the Nazis without many of the leading experts they could have relied on.
That is so. I'm sorry, that is so stupid. You know, I always keep saying this. I always said this. Like, in the Holocaust stuff and like that. Like, you could have benefited from so many smart and talented people that you essentially just killed off for no reason because they just existed, apparently. They shot themselves in the foot, essentially. It's dumb.
Number 1. Toba supervolcano.
Stupid.
When you hear the term supervolcano, you know things are about to get real.
Oh yeah.
And the Toba supervolcano
The fact that there's
is no
one in
exception.
freaking America.
As devastating
The
as all other
Yellowstone,
events
if
on
that
this
thing
list
blows
have
up, we're
been,
dead.
This was the closest mankind ever came to extinction. In 70,000 BCE, while humans were still learning which end of the spear to use, the Toba supervolcano
Poke it with a
suddenly
stick.
exploded.
Poke the
And
volcano
I
with a
mean
stick.
exploded. Experts at the real and epically named Volcanic Explosivity Index describe the eruption as mega colossal. Yet this thing was so big it caused scientists to make up a word just to convey its awesomeness. The heat and power of the eruption vaporized 2,800 kilometers of surrounding rock.
Imagine you're so powerful that you make up a new word. That is scary as fuck.
Only managed to destroy 1 kilometer of rock. As you might imagine, 2,800 kilometers of rock dust being blasted into the sky isn't great for the environment. The dust
No, it's
blackens
not.
out most of the sun's light for 6 years, with little plant life and increased
6 years. That doesn't fathom in my mind.
Increasingly sparse prey, most people starved. The global population dropped to around 3,000, and the number of breeding adults left may have fallen as low as 80. Yes, if 80 people hadn't screwed, we wouldn't be here today. That's pretty scary, but there is good news.
Thank you.
The fact that only the smartest and most resourceful
To whoever did
species managed
that.
to survive probably made us a better species in the long run. So those were 10 apocalypses.
Oh my goodness, I am mind blown. I'm mind blown. It is absolutely incredible to me the fact that all of this has happened and we still somehow managed to survive. How? I mean, I always said that, like, humans always think and we worry so much about our life, and we always think that we are these powerful creatures that cannot technically be stopped. We are the most powerful animals, beings on the planet right now. But, like, what we don't fathom is the fact that a single space pebble can wipe out us all, essentially. Like, that's nuts. The fact that a single rock pebble at any moment can just decide, oh, I'm gonna just fly into Earth now and just kill us all. It's incredible. And, like, how did we manage to survive? I am a big, like, evolution theory supporter. But if you believe in, like, religion or whatever, yes, that is your belief. I don't deny it at all. In fact, maybe it was a higher power working over us all this time that we almost survived all of these things. But it's crazy, like, that just tells you something, that, like, our life may not be that important, and it might just, sometimes it just feels like life is made specially to be complicated. It doesn't have to be. I don't think it has to be. It's a weird mind process, but we are floating on a rock in space. And just other rocks might save us. This video has blown my mind. It is insane. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you were as mind blown as this, because I feel very, like, weirded out by this. The fact that I am here because I don't even know what saved us, essentially. And we are all here because we don't really know what saved us. If you enjoyed this video, I don't know, please leave a like, comment down below what you think, comment your theories, comment your, anything you have to say to me. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it went okay. And I will see you some other time.